All right. I do have a video that does relate to me quite a bit. Where I'll just play this video for you guys and then I'll tell the story here real quick. Oh no, why did the sound come out in slow motion? Son of a bitch. Why does this keep happening? I keep, I have to, so when I download all these videos, I have to use different online sites to do it. And I keep having to switch online sites for Instagram because they'll just suddenly start doing this. They're like everything's in. I think Instagram is doing something where they find out about these different websites that are like, well, now enabling us to download their reels, and then they do something that fucks with it. I don't know what they do, but it fucks with it all the time. So you're gonna just have to deal. The audio really isn't that important. Really, it's what's happening in the video. So you see his pants are stuck. He's totally fucked. Now his pants are stuck on there. He's run out of energy. Oh my god, that's too fucking good. I have no idea what the rest of this video is with all these broken wheels or whatever. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything, to tell you the truth. What the hell does that have to do with what we were just watching? That's really weird. I don't know. I don't know the rest of the story either way, but I just found this guy fucking stuck on the fence to be one of the funnier things I've ever seen. And the reason I laugh about it, and this has happened pretty close to the exact same thing happening to me. When I was young, I went to a high school or a middle school dance, and where I grew up, there was a McDonald's that was, it wasn't too far of a walk from the school if you were walking in a straight line. But along that straight line, there was a cemetery that you had to cut through to get to it with this big, huge 6-foot fence. Or not 6 foot, it's like, I don't know, it was like 10 feet. It was huge. Because it was like way up above. You couldn't reach the top of it. So I went to this middle school dance, and I remember this very clearly because I borrowed a shirt from my dad, a button-down shirt from my dad, which made my stepmom very angry because she would hate when I would wear my dad's clothes because I was big and so I would be able to, and they were baggy. It was kind of in to wear big baggy shirts. So my dad loans me this shirt. My stepmom was all mad about it. I go to the dance. The dance ends, and we're all going to go hang out at this McDonald's. So on the way to this McDonald's, I come across this 10-foot fence. And I say to myself, I can climb this fence, no problem. So I climb the fence, I get to the top. Now, when I get to the top of the fence, what I hadn't really planned for was, I guess most fences that I'd thought of in the past, they have a little railing across the top of them. I guess I was used to seeing those from baseball or whatever. They have like a pole across the top of them. Well, this fence had just the little spikes at the top, just cut off short little spikes where all the chain link would come together. And then somebody had snipped it off. So each end was like two little sharp points, just like in a row for the chain link. So I get to the top of this thing. I swing my leg over, and as I go to swing my leg over, the shirt I was wearing, my dad's baggy, loose button-down shirt, catches on this fucking whatever it's called, this chain link fence, and the shirt just starts to rip. So I stop, as I'm going over the fence. So I have no momentum anymore. So if you've ever climbed a fence, you know when you get to the top, you swing your leg, your one leg, and you kind of use your other leg as a kind of backwards momentum to kind of fling yourself over the top of the fence because it's a fence. It hurts to sit on. You can't really sit on a fence. So I'd climbed many fences, never had a problem before. But when this t-shirt ripped or this shirt started to rip, I stopped my momentum moving forward and kind of like grabbed the railing and like kind of like prop myself on top of this thing. Well, then I managed to sit at that point right on top of the fence. And the fence shit went right up my ass. Not up my asshole. Thankfully, I didn't get raped by this fence, but it went right in my ass crack and ripped my shorts. So, so I had ripped my dad's shirt from like the thing all the way down. It caught and tore the whole thing. Now I'm just stuck on top of this fence with my friends at the bottom of the fence just pointing and laughing. Ah, ha, 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 you fat ass. And now I'm freaking out because I'm not strong enough because this is when I was real fat. I wasn't strong enough to lift my own body weight off of this fence. So I'm stuck at the top of this fence with the fence up my ass. And really the only thing keeping myself from being raped by this fence is that I'm holding my body weight up with it, like just a little bit, just keeping the pressure off of it so it doesn't completely just, penetrate me. So the shorts are ripped. I'm trying to muster enough strength to push myself up enough to be able to fling my leg because I can't just fling it. Otherwise I'm going to tear my ass apart. So I eventually figure out that I'm actually not sitting directly in the middle of the fence with my ass crack. I'm actually kind of more on my right cheek, and I didn't quite make it all the way across. I'm on the inside of the crack on my right cheek. So I'm kind of like leaning a little bit to the right. So in the end, it's going to be probably easier for me to swing the initial leg back over and try to just fall off of the fence, essentially. That was the only way I was getting off of this fence. I was yelling to my friends to help me. They were literally said, dude, we're going to McDonald's, and just left me on the top of this fence by myself for me to figure out how to get down. Great friends. So I managed to, I sit up there for a while to where I finally like calmed down and like am starting to think, how am I going to get off of here? I realize I'm on my right cheek. I could probably fling my leg back the other way. And then I have, I've mustered enough. I've relaxed long enough that I think I can push myself off of this fence in one big blast and then fling my leg back over. So I fucking get up that energy. I do it. But in the middle of pushing myself over, I say to myself, fuck it. Just try to fucking get over the fence. So I try to lift myself and go over the fence. I made a major mistake. The leg doesn't go. I'm still stuck. All my pants and my shorts are still stuck, and I immediately fall right back down onto the fence. This time, no actual anal blast. It didn't get me in the butthole, but it did stab me in my cheek. So I got stabbed in my butt cheek by this fence post. So my shorts are ripped to shit. I finally do the same thing. Sit, relax, pull myself together. And I go back to the original plan to fall back off the original way I came on. And it works. I lift myself off. I throw my leg over the original way I came. And I essentially just kind of like fall like that guy did, but not totally upside down. I was able to kind of I landed on all fours somehow. So then when I get down, I'm on all fours. I hit the ground. I look at the fence, and I kind of just push on it and realized that all I had to do the whole time it's another dumb show. Hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show. I am another Dumb Show host. Thank you guys for joining me on issue number 214. So good to have you guys all with me. You know how good it feels to have you guys streaming on my tube. It feels so good. It feels so right having you guys streaming on my tube. Thank you so much. So good to have you guys here, like I said. If you've not already taken a second, hit that thumbs up on tonight's video. A little reminder for you guys. Take your thumb out of your ass. Hit that thumbs up. Wipe your phone off and stick your thumb back in your ear. Yeah, hit that thumbs up for it, brother. Don't forget, you can always follow the show on X on Instagram at Another Dumb Show. And if you do not want to see my handsome tan face and my great hair, then you can just download the show as an audio-only podcast through YouTube Music. So check it out there. Shout out to the League of Dummies. Boomer85 was first in there. That's our live chat, the League of Dummies. We encourage you guys to participate in the live chat. If you're new to the show, if you've subscribed, or if you're not subscribed and you're watching and you wonder, why can't I talk in the live chat? It's because you have to be subscribed. So once you subscribe to the channel, you'll have access to the live chat, I think about 10 minutes later. So subscribe, then get your comments in through the chat. Normally, this would be the time where I would give out the phone number, but still, phones are down. I don't know what's going on with... I did have an internet outage here, and sometimes when the network gets... This phone system I use is very temperamental. So if it gets unplugged or the network gets unplugged or there's a power outage or something like that that affects kind of the network, it'll reset the license. So I have to reactivate everything. And I looked to see if I would, like, my subscription ran out. I got 2 more months, baby. So I got to call them. They're in Europe. They're Great Britain. So I can't get a hold of them. And I forgot about it last night. So I should have emailed them last night and I would have gotten an answer today, but it completely slipped my mind by the end of the show last night. So, yeah, so no phones. So get your comments in through the chat. Again, make sure you're subscribed, and then 10 minutes later, you'll have access in the chat. And you can always email the show too and get your comments in. If you're not watching live, get your comments in. I do see nice big smiling face down there, my main man Mikey. He was smiling for half a second. What's up, dude? How are you?
What's up, buddy? I didn't even know we were going live tonight.
Yeah, I figured I was gonna go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and then maybe Friday because, well, I don't even know now Friday. That might have just gotten changed, but definitely Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, my son's got a baseball game, so I figured I'd at least get 3 days in and just do the beginning of the week.
Get it all out of the way in the beginning of the week.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it like that, get it out of the way or whatever, but
well, not not like yeah.
Make sure we
wrong
give everybody
verbiage on my end.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Just kind of make sure that everybody gets the shows that they are expecting throughout the week. I hate when we're
I passed out. I'm sure you mentioned it on last night's episode, but I didn't even see last night's episode. I got home, ate, and was asleep on the couch by 7:15.
Yeah, that's what you said yesterday. It was like I was confused by that too, because it said that you did your last day of the work week or last day of work. They loaded you up. Are you on vacation or?
Well, kind of vacation. I'm doing some landscaping stuff for 3 or 4 days to make some like good cash.
There's a weird...
So I took off personal time. Off personal time for my regular job.
There's like a weird delay that there normally isn't on your voice. with the
Really?
it's like it's like
I'm
it's not syncing up with your voice for some reason. It's really weird. It's like it's just off a little bit. Do me a favor, try
watch
to
it.
try to reset. I think we got a weird connection. Reset and
All
boot
right,
right back up for
be
me.
right back.
All right, cool, thank you. Yes, that was weird. That was driving me I just watched an interview the other day where the voice was completely off, and I feel like mine's even a little bit off. Boy, that is weird looking. Anyway, are you back?
Any better?
I think that fixed it.
Yeah, it's usually that first connection sucks.
Yeah,
No, it still looks a
totally.
little bit off on mine when I'm watching myself.
It's better than it was, but I think there is something going on because even mine looks just a hair delayed. It's a little bit weird. Well, you know what? The good news is the video I'm about to play, it's a guy who's a little delayed. So nobody will know the difference either way. So here is our president talking about, so I guess technically, kind of, sort of. Joe Biden today announced some new border executive actions regarding the migrant influx that we have going on here in our country. In fact, I have some video of him talking about it because I wasn't exactly sure what it all entailed. So let's hear Smoke and Joe talk about it.
Today, I'm joined by a bipartisan group of governors, members of Congress, mayors, law enforcement officials, most of whom live and work along the southern border. They know the border is not a political issue to be weaponized. The responsibility we have to share to do something about it. They don't have time for the games played in Washington, and neither do the American people. So today, I'm moving past Republican obstruction and using the executive authorities available to me as president to do what I can on my own to address the border.
Big
Frankly,
hero.
I would have preferred to address this issue through bipartisan legislation because that's the only way to actually get the kind of system we have now that's broken, fixed, to hire more Border Patrol agents, more asylum officers, more judges. But Republicans have left me no choice. Today, I'm announcing actions to bar migrants who cross our southern border unlawfully from receiving asylum. Migrants will be restricted from receiving asylum at our southern border unless they seek it after entering through an established lawful process. And those who seek to come to the United States legally, for example, by making an appointment and coming to a port of entry, asylum will still be available to them, still available. But if an individual chooses not to use our legal pathways, if they choose to come without permission and against the law, they'll be restricted from receiving asylum and staying in the United States. This action will help us to gain control of our border, restore order into the process. This ban will remain in place until the number of people trying to enter illegally is reduced to a level that our system can effectively manage. We'll carry out this order consistent with all our responsibilities under international law, every one of them.
All right, so
we've let enough people in already, so now
million.
It's time to close it down.
Since 2021, I just saw a graphic right before we started. I was watching the news right before we started. 8 million people have come in since Joe Biden's been in office in 2021.
It's almost about as many TikTok followers as Donald Trump has gotten in the last 4 or 5 days.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Hey, good for him that you're able to pull stuff like that. But all these
right
donations
and all
the money. Oh, you got to go do what you got to do. But so yeah, this whole thing with Biden, I guess it's good. I wouldn't say it's too little, too late. I mean, it's something's better than nothing at this point. But what are we gonna do? How are they actually gonna stop people from coming through? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna actually grab somebody and arrest them? Like what? I mean, it's only gonna now escalate when the people try to go that Eagle Pass, Texas, that we always see video of, people crossing the border there and all the razor wire and people half drowning in the water and whatnot. Are they going to literally just push those people back and say no? They're going to kick them and say get the fuck out of here. They're going to point guns at them and say no, you can't come in the country. How is this actually going to be enforced? What does this mean? I mean, because I watched a video earlier today. B1 and I were watching the news, and there was a video today of a and I'm not going to talk about this all day. It's just, it's breaking news. So I saw a hole in one of the fences, where literally there were people just pouring through. When I'm not
Looking at the comments here, see who's talking. You ain't kidding, Thermal Hermit. Weird. That's what Trump wanted. Real strange. I know. It's but he's got no bipartisan vote with that. He's doing this all on his own.
Okay.
I mean,
An
it's
exec-
all on his own as he can be.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. My batteries died in my microphone there. So yeah, back to what I was saying, Mikey. How are they going to enforce this? What are they going to do?
They're not. It just sounds good.
Yeah, and I will. There was the bill that they had put forward before that the Republicans did kibosh because they wanted to be able to give the credit to Trump. Now Trump comes out today and says Biden's only doing this for the election. Well, yeah, you're right. I agree. But at least he's doing something. You know what I mean? Like at least. But again, how will it be enforced?
But he's doing it on paper. He's doing it just to sound nice. There was no solution in what he said.
That's
he
why
didn't say we're sending more funding to the border. We're mobilizing troops. We're doing a mass hire. There was none of that. There was just we're banning people.
You're exactly right. No, I'm with. I don't know. I don't understand it at all what it means. That's exactly what I was hoping that video was going to explain a little bit more. I saw something about there's an app that people can use to still get in the country. Biden border.
It's probably the same app you can use to vote from home.
Where is? I saw that story and now it's gone. I don't know what I did with it. I lost it. So, anyway, Simon receptions. Yep, I don't know. Either way, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really confused. It's funny that you say that you'd have no idea. It is totally a paper. It means nothing.
Just like the declassification of marijuana, making it a Schedule 1 or Schedule 3 instead of a Schedule 1. Just trying to wow the voters and get some potheads on his side.
You want to get mad? You ready to get mad? Speaking of the government and drugs.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Literally just came to more breaking news for you guys. A panel, the AP is reporting that a panel rejects psychedelic drug MDMA as a PTSD treatment and possible setback for advocates. Now, if you are a fan of the Joe Rogan Experience, which you and I are, this actually is, there's a guest who comes on his show frequently. I can't remember his name, but he is actually one of the people who is in charge of this. So this is a major setback for that guy. I wish I could remember his name. MDMA scientist, Joe Rogan.
That sucks because there's been some real progress.
Rick Doblin. That's his name, Rick Doblin. He's one of the people who's in charge of the study. And he has been through, in all the interviews I've seen with this guy, he's done nothing but talk about the wonderful effects MDMA have had for people with PTSD. It's allowed them to essentially relive their experience, and not literally, but it's helped them, reach a state where they can get back to that same moment, whatever's causing that trauma, and then address it at that moment, and then try to work through it.
Yeah, more of an acceptance and put yourself in that mind frame and more reactionary.
Yes, they're claiming that there was some sort of, a first-of-a-kind proposal to begin using the mind-altering drug MDMA as a treatment for PTSD was roundly criticized on Tuesday, a setback to psychedelic advocates who hope to win a landmark federal approval and bring MDMA into the medical mainstream, which is like ketamine. Like you're doing ketamine therapy right now. Nobody would ever thought, 5 years ago that ketamine would be used for
No.
psychological therapy, to try to help people get through stuff. And MDMA has, in all the conversations that Doblin has had with Joe, and there's been at least 2, maybe 3 that I've watched. They talk about how this really has been very helpful to people, and now that's just being treated like another drug. That's just, they're saying something was wrong with one of the studies, flawed study data, and questionable research conduct, and significant drug risks, including the potential for heart problems, injury, and abuse. I don't remember ever having any heart issues when I was using. I never used pure
all depends
MDMA,
on
though.
whether or not it was. Yeah, I was about to say Molly's a little bit different than ecstasy. Ecstasy's a garbage disposal worth of drugs.
Yeah, that's all I ever did. I never did actual MDMA or Molly. I always did the crushed pill that was probably full of H, and God only knows. I'm sure it was full of God knows what.
The taste of Molly.
I have no idea what that tastes like. I would chew my pills when I took ecstasy, and those were all kind of like peppery and weird and pretty terrible. Actually, yeah, it was
the
awful.
Worst tasting thing in the entire world. I'd rather just eat 12 grams of mushrooms one at a time.
I just hate the feeling that MDMA or ecstasy gives you, that drip down your back. I fucking hated that so much. Like that spinal drip feeling you would feel like down your back, that cold drip. It was not fun. It made the whole thing very uncomfortable for me, and I didn't enjoy it much at all. So
I just hated the come down the 3 days afterwards where I wanted to commit suicide.
Well, I would have a strange thing happen when I would take ecstasy. The more wasted I would get, I would start speaking in gibberish. I would say like I would look at my buddy and be like, the monkey's uncle's razor blade shines in the moonlight. No, that's actually that makes too much sense. Like, it would just be moonlight, monkey's uncle, the wind. It would just be,
I sent that video of me before, didn't I, when I was all rolling?
I think,
and I was talking about the cameras. Yeah, the cameras on the roof and the animals and stuff. I would always be talking to somebody next to me about going to start a generator or wire a generator or do whatever, like at 4 o'clock in the morning when there's trance music on. I'd be like, I gotta go change the oil in the generator.
Those were at least legible sentences of things you needed to do. Mine were just straight gibberish, words that had no sense, really had nothing being put together. And I'd look right at my friends and say these weird phrases, and they'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I would suddenly realize I was making no sense, and then that was usually when I would try to go pass out. So MDMA, nothing to fuck around with. I mean, it would have to be definitely administered properly. People do abuse it. I don't know about the heart shit with it, but it's a fun drug. So people would definitely, if you just give them a whole bunch of it, they're going to abuse it for sure.
I was very much looking forward to that being therapeutically legal. I was going to move on from ketamine to MDMA next.
Yeah, that's a pretty big setback for that. Them saying that the data was flawed and everything. And if that guy Rick is part of that, it'll be interesting. They got to get him back on Joe's show to talk about that, because it'd be interesting to see what he says. So
I'm sure Big Pharma has a lot to do with that. That's for sure.
It could be, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that probably has something to do with it. I just closed the news story about it, but yeah.
Yeah, so, I've completely stopped all my SSRIs and everything.
Is that because you're going to be hanging out with fun guys on a micro dosing level, or?
Yeah, that has something to do with it. But I've been doing it. I've been taking them so sporadically and not consistent enough that they're not working anymore, anyways. And I really think the ketamine therapy is working. So I've gone from every other day down to every 3 days. Now I'm 7 days with no SSRIs or anxiety medication or anything.
Really? How's that? How are you feeling? Better? No, still. I mean, struggling here and there.
Yeah, I still got some depression and stuff there, but there's some stuff that popped up in my life that I haven't really dealt with yet. When it comes to like my trauma and the breakup and everything like that stuff, I never really processed because I kind of went from the breakup right into ripping and running. Yeah. So I kind of just buried that a little bit. So
Well, yeah, you had bigger
there-
fish to fry at that point than past relationship trauma. You were on thin ice at that point, so got to get off
yeah,
that.
so
And then worry.
there's a bunch of like past stuff that's been coming up about me, like abandoning the kid and stuff like that, and the way I felt when I was 8, and just a lot of stuff that's intertwined right there that needs to be unpacked.
Okay. Real quick, going back to the border thing, I missed a thing from Jacobe saying, with Biden and the border, saying you literally were just bitching nothing was being done at the border and no one said shit when Trump told them to do nothing. I did. I actually bitched about it when it happened. I said that was bullshit. I think that's bullshit. Jacobe says there's no law behind anything being done. Congress refuses to do anything and they determine spending and money. Okay, it'll be interesting to see. Again, like I have no idea where it's going to go. What are they going to do? Are they going to actually let the guys at the border go, if you cross that line, I'm going to shoot you in your foot? I mean, what are they going to do?
Why does it got to be their foot? Why don't you just put 3 center mass and put them down?
Well, I don't think I want
That's
that.
called a deterrent.
I joked around about why we don't have drones and just like they would literally just go and wipe people out. And after I said that, I actually thought about it and I was like, I don't think I want that to happen. But
dude, I watch all them drone videos from Ukraine and the Middle East. That's absolutely wild. Those things flying with bombs on them and blowing up buildings.
But these dudes, yeah, I mean the drones are crazy. It's that people do. Those people with the talk about PTSD, those drone pilots, those are the people who are going to be the drone operators, not pilots. I guess they're just sitting in a room doing this. Those are the ones who are going to be all fucking PTSD'd out, fucking just blowing up, indiscriminately blowing up civilians and shit. But so I mean that's the problem. They're criminals because they're from across the border, but they are not. And let's also amend. And I don't like the idea of getting in trouble for moving. My favorite line from Blow is when he says, I moved a plant across an invisible line. So again, we are dealing with an invisible line, essentially, and they are committing a crime when they do it, but they are civilians and still people. So you can't just fucking obliterate them. If the Mexican army was trying to cross the border, well, then, yeah, you take the drones and you just wipe them out. But there has to be some
terrorists
sort of
pretending to be Mexicans or cartel members or.
Well, this is when I worry. Like they said, there's going to be an incident coming in the next few weeks. Like something is going to happen. Some family's going to try to get across, and a border patrol person is going to push them right the fuck back, and some baby's going to drown in the river or something crazy like that. So that there's going to be an incident. And then the whole thing will bubble up all over again. But going back to what Jacobe said, I definitely was not happy that the Republicans kiboshed that thing with the border, because I would argue that's one of my biggest concerns going into the election. And Biden's not stupid. He knows that. And he knows he needs swing votes. So he goes, oh, I got some blue guys that are going purple or leaning right. And one of the biggest things is the border. So maybe if I fix the border issue, some of these blue guys or purple guys will lean back to blue. You know what I mean? Because I am happy something was done, but I just need to know what. I almost want an incident to happen to be a deterrent. I know that sounds terrible.
To force their hand.
Well, yeah, to be like, all right, yeah, like, okay, the border agents are actually taking control of the fucking border. And in doing that, there's going to be probably somebody who ends up getting hurt or killed or arrested in some sort of like caught on video horrific manner or whatever, that'll go viral or something. So we're due for something. Speaking of horrific things, so yesterday, Mikey, I don't know, you said you didn't listen to yesterday's show?
No, I passed out after I ate some ham sammies.
I got a no right on red ticket earlier over the weekend in a city.
3-second stop. Oh, it was no right on red, and you went right on red.
I did, and it was a 100% total accident. I didn't see the sign, and I showed the intersection yesterday. I won't go back into it, but it was like a right turn lane that kind of like wasn't a straight right turn lane. It actually veered off to the right, and there was a little divider between the straight lanes. Well, I was looking up and to the left at the lights Well, apparently, right in front of me, there were some lights up to the right, and I should have been looking there because that's where the no right on red sign was that I didn't even see because I was looking to the
Oops.
left, looking at the red light, not seeing a sign, watching traffic. Okay, here I go. Immediately got pulled over.
Ah,
And the only reason
fiddlesticks.
yeah, it sucked. It's $145 ticket. It sucks. Um, the only reason I'm bringing that back up is because in that same city, they should probably stop worrying about no rights on red and be a little bit more worried about the rampant crime that's been happening at the Giant Eagle there. There's a grocery store. We have our Giant Eagle as our grocery store chain here. You guys have what?
That's like
Wegmans?
Wegmans.
Wegmans, yeah, that's like your local chain. That's what we have. Um, it was so there's a crazy thing that happened today, or it was on Monday. It happened yesterday. I'm sorry. I thought this happened today. I guess I read the story wrong. Yesterday around 3 p.m., a woman named Margot Wood, 38-year-old woman, was loading groceries into the back of her car with her son Julian. Like I said, they're at the Giant Eagle in North Olmsted.
Wait a minute. Rewind like 4 words. You said her son what?
Julian.
Okay. I thought you said her son Julie.
Oh no, no, I'm sorry, Julian. Yeah, Margot and her son Julian were loading groceries in the back of her car. A woman named Bianca Ellis, 32 years old, for reasons that I have not been able to figure out yet. There's no motive that's been released as of yet, but she walked up to the mom and the child and stabbed the 3-year-old to death and stabbed the mom.
Jesus Christ.
They both were rushed to St. John's Medical Center. Julian died from the flurry of stab wounds to his back and cheek, inflicted as he was just sitting in the cart.
Oh,
And then
it's disgusting.
Sadly, his mother's injuries were non-life threatening. Police arrested Bianca Ellis, 32 years old, as she was walking away from the scene, still holding a bloodied kitchen knife, allegedly used in the attack. Apparently, she had just been arrested. So the police they're saying it was just an entirely random act of violence. They have no idea what the motive was for it. The woman had been, this Bianca Ellis woman, she was arrested just days earlier on May 30th when police investigated an unrelated incident at a Walmart detained her on a parole violation. She was then released.
Catch and release, baby. Catch and release, baby.
Then released hours later. And on Monday morning, she went to the North Olmsted Police Department to discuss her arrest. She then left there and then went and bought a knife from a Volunteers of America thrift store, walked to the Giant Eagle, where she spotted Wood and her son inside. They had no interaction whatsoever. But Ellis allegedly followed them into the car parking lot, charged at them, brandishing the knife. Apparently, she had no violent criminal history, only a theft from a Walmart, which was actually reduced to unauthorized use of property, whatever that means. Maybe she tried to steal a shopping cart, something like that.
Kitchen knife.
I don't know. So she'd been charged with aggravated murder and set with she got a $1 million bail set on Tuesday. That's today. So what a fucking crazy
horrible
story. Let's see here. Here's a little boy. This is a little guy back in 2022. This is Julian.
Oh,
Yeah, right? What a cute little kid. So that's a sad story. It's making me get all choked up. Ugh.
Yeah, that's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I think seeing the pictures of the two little
bail reform, yay!
Right. The woman on the right here in this picture is the woman who was stabbed and lived. So that's the two of them. You know, if you zoom in on, these are the two people who were. Well, hold on one sec. Not those two. Look who's left over to deal with all this. But yeah, there's a little guy and the mom. So just imagine you're fucking going to the grocery store, you're loading stuff in the fucking car. Some crazy woman just comes out of nowhere, fucking stabs your little baby to death. I mean, Jesus Christ. And this is, North Olmsted is a nice little suburb. I mean, it really is. This is not a crime-ridden area. Not something you would expect to happen. Like you get no right on red tickets there. You know what I mean? That's the crime that's happening there. But I think there was also a shooting at this one last year. If I'm not mistaken, there was a murder suicide there last year at this same Giant Eagle.
Minga.
Yeah, a guy. I can't remember exactly what it had. There was a woman who worked at that Giant Eagle, and it was his ex-wife. A guy went in, and he shot his ex-wife, and then killed himself. And probably some sort of weird relationship thing. But what a weird thing to happen at the same small town grocery
unlucky store.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't work because I was at Giant Eagle twice today. So I'm like glad I don't deliver in that area because that would have been fucking horrible to have to witness anything like that. And I'm
gonna have to get yourself a strap.
Heart goes out to that family. Yeah, I know. I really should. I know I need to. But anyway, so stay away from that. I hate, stay away from that Giant Eagle. There's something. It sounds like that place is cursed. There's a Cracker Barrel here where there was a big shooting years
I
ago.
remember that story.
Yeah, that guy went in there and shot his wife and kids, and it was a fucking horrible thing. And then they just closed it, cleaned it up, and then reopened it. And I think I've eaten there since.
They should do that to this Giant Eagle. It's time to put some renovations in and make it a more current type fucking store.
Yeah, just close it, redo the whole thing. Let's just renovate the whole fucking place. All right, I got a kind of silly story. I got an email here from Brett. It's kind of a weird story. You remember during COVID, Mikey, there was all kinds of money just going everywhere. The government was
everyone was getting the PPE loans, bro. I could have gotten laid off from my job and gotten $1,000 a week raise.
Wait, say that? Oh, if you would have just stopped working and taken the unemployment like a lot of people
if they would have laid me off, I would get it was $1,000 every 2 weeks. So I would have been making an extra 2 G's a month.
That's crazy. But you just worked instead, just like a normal human being?
I was considered an essential worker.
Yep, same here. Pressing buttons to make sure a stupid radio show goes on. That was an essential worker. It's so crazy. I had that little. Did you get that little like piece of paper and everything? And
we didn't have any cards or anything like that. They didn't really do the special pass to drive around or anything like that.
Yeah, I had to keep that thing in my car. It was pretty cool actually. It made me feel special, but it actually sucked. But anyway, during COVID, there were two different groups. They were called, hold on, I just had it. I just lost it. Feeding Our Future and Partners in Nutrition. There were two small nonprofits before the pandemic. But in 2021, they dispersed around $200 million each. So almost $500 million in quote meals for needy children were dispersed. $500 million worth of meals.
$40 chicken nuggets. What the fuck is going on?
So it turns out they were found out they're in court right now. People said that what'd they say that they did? There's like 7 different people who are defendants right now, and the only reason I bring this up, it has nothing to do with COVID, is that one of the jurors on the trial, when I saw the headline for this, I thought it was the Trump trial, but then I actually went and read the story and saw it was something different. But still, I was kind of blown away by this thing. It was kind of some mob shit, or it reminded me of like a rap song or something like that. There's a juror was dismissed on Monday from this case after reporting that a woman had dropped off a bag with $120,000 in cash if she would vote to acquit 7 of those people from those 2 companies who were charged with stealing more than, I think it's supposed to say, it says 40, but it's supposed to say $400 million.
$400 million, yeah.
Yeah, from a program meant to feed children during the pandemic. So literally, this is a mob movie kind of thing. Like there's somebody on the jury who, I guess.
Why the fuck you open your mouth? Take the 120 and taint the jury. What the fuck you doing?
And they also said they were going to get more money too. The person that dropped off the bag of cash said, if you acquit, you'll also get more money for this too. This person immediately the 23-year-old juror said she immediately turned over the bag of cash to police. She said a woman left it with her father-in-law on Sunday with the message that she'd get another bag of cash if she voted to acquit. So
I don't think I'd be able to turn that bag in.
I don't think I could either. I mean, that's
I really don't.
120,000 isn't necessarily life-changing money, but it's pretty good amount of money to get you.
But you saw what
started.
$1 million looked like on Joe Rogan's table with that MMA guy, right? You saw when he poured out the whole million on the table?
I literally missed that part. I got up and left the room, and then I read about it later on, and I just, because I was listening and not really kind of half paying attention, because I kind of found that guy to be a little boring a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I was kind of half.
Just a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah, so I was only kind of half paying attention to that, and I walked away and missed him doing that. But I read about it after the fact. But yeah, $120,000 to just say, but you're in the end, you're not actually selling out kids, because I don't think there were no kids actually promised meals that they didn't get. There was just this company saying,
it sounds like the kids were fed, but they fudged the numbers and added a couple zeros, moved a couple decimal points. Just some white collar shit. Who cares?
And that's what the defense attorneys are saying in this case, that it actually was just it's some clerical errors. Some they've denied any wrongdoing, saying that it was where's the thing here? Record keeping problems, not so much fraud, because of all the rapidly changing rules for the food aid program during COVID. So they'll blame it on the government. We'll see what will happen. But yeah, I did think that was pretty crazy. 120 grand. I think I would weigh it and go, first I would think I'm being set up. If I could figure out a way to know I wasn't being set up, then I would keep the money. For sure, I would acquit them. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, this is
chance.
This is some white collar crime bullshit. Nobody really got hurt in the end. The government got ripped off. Government rips off people all the time. What's a fucking big deal? So, yeah, I probably would have taken the 120 grand. It would have been hard to push that away. Mikey, I got another email from Craig. He says, hey, Dom, a long-time listener, love the show. You got to play the full video and get Mikey's input. You only showed a piece of it. There's a crazy ending. And the video he's talking about is the fight that happened at UFC 302 the other day.
The one I sent you?
Yes, you sent it to me earlier today, right? I think.
Last night or yesterday before the show, I believe.
Oh, okay. Either way. Well, I am an idiot and somehow completely missed it. And it's so crazy because this video it blew up. It was everywhere. And then I played it on the show, and I was like, what is the big deal here? This isn't a big, what is the big deal?
Was it just a clip of the dude saying, hit me, and slapping himself and going all manic and shit?
I ended up playing only the first part of it, where the guy in the black shirt gets that first shot in and then falls backwards.
Come on, white boy.
So I talked about that, and I was thinking to myself, not knowing what would have happened because again, I didn't watch the video. I commented on it, but I watched a little bit of it and paused it at the point where this guy, so here's actually the part you're talking about. Here we go.
You slap me, nigga. You white boy. Come on, white boy. Come slap me, white boy. Come on. You white boy screaming, nigga. Slap me, nigga.
So yeah, I just realized he's saying the N-word there, so I probably can't even play. Mikey, you there? Did I lose you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you went black.
I had to blow my nose. I didn't want to do it on camera. Yeah, I didn't want to do it on camera.
No, that's cool. That's fine. Yeah, I'm a really gross nose blower too, so I get it. Mine sounds like a fucking elephant.
Oh, there could have been debris that comes out the bottom and stuff.
It goes so loud. Anyway, so I was saying last night that if there was a guy, if I was at some sort of event and it got to be nose to nose like that, and some guy started acting like that to me, I would probably be like, yeah, you know what, guy? Let's just watch the fight. If he's just going that absolutely berserk saying, slap me, white boy, and I'm pretty sure that's a white guy. That made me think that's a jail dude, and I don't want to fight that guy. So
you don't have higher ground. The dude is one row up from you. He can swing down on you. You have you're at a disadvantage up above.
everything about it said to me, don't fight this guy. If it was
don't
my
engage.
situation,
Just let the dude be crazy and slap himself.
Yeah, and then turn around, and if he hits you from behind, then you're fucked. Or well, don't turn around, like back away, and then turn around.
Just move, walk down a couple rows or whatever. Let the situation diffuse.
So if you watched the show last night, you saw me play part of this video. Here is actually the full video. Why the video actually kind of went viral, because there was more to it. Because last night I played the video and I was like, what's the big fucking deal about this video? Why does everybody care about this?
Just two white guys jawing at each other. What the fuck?
Yeah, then I understood why. Here's the full video.
Stand up and you white boys from the niggas say you had a slap me. Slap me. Slap me. Come on. Slap me. Slap me. Slap me. Motherfucker, you say scream out. You're trying to fucking squabble, aren't you? Sit down. Sit down, shut up, and watch the fucking fight.
At this point, this is like, I think where I said, holy shit, you should turn around and walk away. I go, the guy had been slapping himself. He's covered in tattoos. Time to go. Time to call it a day.
The dude in the black messes up right there anyways. He steps down one row and he gets in the face. Just have to say from a crazy person standpoint, that is perfect headbutt distance.
Oh, yeah, no, that's kind of where I think I was saying, because I was seeing that same thing. And if I'm the one who's in the headbutt-y position, not the headbutter, my hands would be up. You know what I mean? You have to have, he's standing with his hands like back behind him, like
down
that in that video. It's crazy. Yeah. He's just begging to get blasted in the chin, or get a headbutt, like you said, right on the bridge of his nose. And here's where it goes.
That's what it's so good. I told you to sit down and shut up.
Okay.
Oh.
I also don't.
Nice.
What finally
nice
makes?
hook,
what do you think finally makes him decide to punch? Because it doesn't seem like anything really is said any different than before.
The finger right in the face.
Does he touch his face with the finger? You think that's what it was?
He's got to touch his face with the finger.
He might touch his face. You're right. Yeah, right there. Boom. Okay. Do you think that's a drunk punch and that's why he fell backwards, or it was just the fact that
I think he threw everything. I think he threw everything into that, and he connected really hard, and the momentum actually pushed him backwards because that dude fell backwards. He's leaning forward, and for him to fall back, he got clocked pretty good right there.
That was a good shot.
Oh.
Do you think that was a shock sit down? Like he was just, this is a guy who usually, like I said, like you bark enough, a guy's going to be like, all right, I'm just going to go the other way. He was not expecting to get punched at any point right there. It looked like a very shock.
No.
A shock punch, shock knockdown.
And his homeboys keep fucking up trying to shirt back. The dude in the black shirt, all of his homeboys are trying to pull him backwards. If I'm about to get into a fight, take your hands off me. I need all of my wits to fight the person in front of me. Don't touch me.
Yes, either jump the guy with me or leave me the fuck alone and let me fight this fight. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, goes back. Okay, so that's where it ended on mine. That's where I ended last time. Last night, I mean. Here is the rest of the video that we missed.
Wait, did he pull him or did he roll and fall?
I think he pops him. He just hits him and the guy falls. It does a jump cut right there for some reason. So there must have been two different videos. Because right there, it just jumps. Here, let me mute it so we can go frame by frame here.
I want to know which one of them said the N-word.
I'm pretty sure both of them, to be quite honest with you. That's what I was
Yeah, that dude
about.
was with black guys. I don't think the white guy said it. I think the other white guy said it in the hat, the nerdy dude. I think he ended up calling him the N-word.
Ooh. What a shot across the row.
Really well.
Across two rows. It's a bomb. Right on the chin.
That's the third right hook right to the face, too. That dude is, no, that's a fall after getting clocked.
And then he rolls down, and then the guy just commences and beating the shit out of him at that point.
And here comes his homeboys trying to help him.
And then I missed that part right there.
2, 3, 4.
Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit now that we're getting a little bit farther away here.
Those are like them Forrest Gump punches when he hits that dude. Sorry for ruining your Black Panther party. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah.
Here's where he grabbing him by his hair.
Oh, grabs him by the ponytail.
Just raining down bombs on him. Just let him fight. Let the fucking dudes. God, I fucking hate that shit. Mikey, I'm telling you right now, if you come here for Camp Patterson, if you get yourself into a fight, if there's more than one dude, I'm gonna help you. If it's just you and that other guy, I will let you get your ass beat. If that's the case. And then if it gets to the point where he's gonna like harm you, then I will get involved and like just be like, all right, get the fuck off my buddy. But in this case, like these dudes just, I mean, I don't know. Is that the point where you jump in? I don't know, because I guess I said maybe I'm contradicting
myself. Your homeboy's getting clocked and he's getting rolled up on. He's getting punched in the face. His hair pulled.
So I guess maybe if they're pulling your hair and getting you punched in the face at that point, what do I do? Is that the point where I officially jump in?
His friends didn't do much. I mean, they didn't connect on any punches or anything. It looked like the friends were just trying to get the dude in the black shirt away from him. They weren't trying to attack the dude beating the shit out of his homeboy.
So, well, that's good. At least it wasn't too much of a mob scene where they just, everybody jumped on each other and all that.
Gotta love New Jersey, baby.
I fucking hate when people do that shit. Well, shit, I have this other video I want to play. I just realized I never pulled it.
By the way, it looks like the Conor McGregor fight's off.
Oh, yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. Thank you. I was literally going to segue out of UFC. So I heard that was the best fight at UFC 302 the other day. I heard it wasn't quite, the cards weren't that great. Well, they were good cards, but the matches weren't the fights weren't that great.
I fell asleep.
Wow, they were that bad. Okay.
The names were really good on the cards, but the fights were not. I expected the dude with the hair plugs to fight a lot harder than he did. He just ran around for 5 rounds, Strickland. Sean just tried to beat him up the entire time. The Dustin Islam fight was actually pretty good. I went back and rewatched it. Dustin did an awesome job. The dude's an absolute warrior. He really beat up Islam. Yeah, Poirier. And that Darce choke that Islam got him in with the heel hook was absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah, I
haven't seen a heel hook like that since Tony Ferguson pulled a heel hook.
I mean, I don't even know what a heel hook looks like. I don't even know what that means.
Guy grabbed his foot and swung it to get him down onto the ground as a takedown and jumped right onto him and threw him into a Darce choke and choked him out and ended it.
I did watch that part with the jiu-jitsu guy that you mentioned from Joe Rogan issue with the $1 million that you mentioned earlier. I did see the part where he played the video where he broke that guy's leg twice in a fight. That was so fucking nuts, dude. And he was like, yeah, I felt the break, but he kept fighting. So I broke it again. I was like, oh my fucking God, dude. He was fucking just so calm and chill about it. And he was like, yeah, I don't understand why mate kept fighting, but because I felt his leg break, but I just decided I was going to he kept fighting. So broke it again. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Pretty crazy. Mikey, let's do this. I do have a story. Oh, Conor McGregor. I saw he canceled. There was supposed to be a pre-fight thing. Is he supposed to be in 303?
Yeah, the next fight card.
Okay, that's in like mid-July?
Yeah,
Something like that?
July. It's got to be July 6th.
Okay, so
it's got to be the first week of July.
Before every UFC fight, they always do one of those pressers where they talk shit to each other. Is this the weigh-in or is this just the presser that got canceled?
No, this was just a presser that was supposed to be in Dublin, Ireland, where Conor's from, to get the Irish fans all fired up. And
he no-showed. He said, I can't remember what his reason was.
Due to obstacles outside of my control, I was not able to make it.
There you go. That's the word. That was the weird phrase I was looking for because I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
That's some PR company that put that together for him. I don't know if he's just decided he doesn't want to do it because he's a billionaire, if he has an injury or something, but they've stopped mentioning it on all ESPN ads. There's no more advertisements for Connor Chandler. There's nothing.
Oh,
It has been
that's not a good
silenced
sign.
from ESPN.
Why would they do that, man?
And Dana White don't talk about it either.
He's such a everybody wants to see Conor McGregor fight. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
but maybe he doesn't want to fight no more. Maybe he doesn't have confidence in the steel shaft in his leg.
It's understandable his leg to get snapped in half.
I've never seen a guy come back from a break like that and actually like fight at a high level. They fight nervous, they fight scared. They usually get beat up pretty bad.
Hold on one second. I'm trying to get something here real quick. Did Anderson Silva did the same thing? Did he ever come back and fight normal?
He did, and it was never the same. That was like peak Anderson Silva. He was never really the same after that. He's an amazing boxer now. He'll be boxing again soon coming up. He's actually boxing against Chael Sonnen, I think, this weekend or next weekend.
What do I don't know that name? What did Chael Sonnen do that we talked about? We talked about him at one point.
Chael Sonnen is just the bad guy. He's an MMA analyst. He used to be the best shit talker in MMA. He's the one that willed himself into a fight with Anderson Silva.
Didn't he have to apologize for something though? We did some sort of.
He's had to apologize for a bunch of stuff.
Okay, maybe I can't remember. I know we talked about him before. Played a video.
His nickname is the bad guy. I mean, he just exposes all rumors in the UFC, calls fighters out for their bullshit, and just talks shit to everybody.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll see what happens with Conor. That's kind of a bummer. I was looking forward to watching him fight.
Yeah, they're talking about maybe Max Holloway stepping in for Conor and fighting against Chandler for the BMF title.
That would be cool. That Holloway dude's great. That was one of the coolest knockouts ever. So I would love to see him fight again. When he pointed at that guy, pointed at the middle of the fucking ring, said, "Let's just fucking throw."
Yeah,
even though he'd already won the
second
fight.
time he's done that in his career. Yeah,
that was one of the coolest moments I've ever seen in any sort of combat sport. It was pretty fucking cool. So, all right, let's do this. There's a video I want to play for you guys that I actually I forgot to pull it. So we'll take a quick break. Get your drinky poo on. Send your kids in the other room. Put on Roadhouse so they can watch Conor McGregor be a badass while you guys get your drink on.
It recently, and it was so good again.
I probably should rewatch it and in a non-nostalgia view version of it, where I'm like was looking for all the nostalgia from the original.
Yeah, you're looking for it to hit the points that it needs to hit and everything like that. Just watch it as a standalone action movie.
Yeah, maybe I should do that. I think that might be fun to do because there were some good, pretty good fight scenes in there. So, all right, take a quick break. Second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. Make sure you guys get your drinky poo on. I'm gonna go refill this beer I just spilled, and then I'm gonna get a little Milky Milk on too. So hit that thumbs up while we're on break, and then we'll be right back on Another Dumb Show. Hang on. Okay, welcome back to another Dumb Show. Another Dumb Show host. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us this evening. Mikey's here with me tonight too, so good stuff. Good to have my dude with me. Did you do anything over the weekend?
No, I just fell asleep for the fights, and then Sunday I ate some booms on Sunday and rearranged my living room.
Did the booms cause the rearrange, or was it just like you were like because you were antsy? Or
No, I got
like,
motivated as soon as I got motivated as soon as they kicked in, and I wanted to change.
How many did you hero dose? A little bit.
I think I ate between like 2 and 3 grams.
Okay, so I think a hero's dose is 4 and above is what I.
It's like 10.
Oh, okay. I thought that was. Oh, really? I thought it was like 3, 4 and above was hero's dose, according to Stamets.
That's just an eighth. That's just a random Wednesday.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. Cool. Sounds good. I keep trying to talk B1 into when you come into town. Trying to talk her into booming. She's.
Just do it really lightly. Like eat a half a gram, wait a half an hour, eat another half a gram, wait half an hour, eat another half a gram. It's a nice steady buzz for the day. No fucking monsters chase you around. You don't hear shit.
That's how I
Nothing.
try to.
Colors are more vibrant. Sound better, and you have Sherpas that can take you through it. This is the best thing in the world.
Nice little buzz. It feels great. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping that she'll try it with us. She'll trust us and actually try it with us. But I don't know. Who knows if she actually will? I'll be shocked if she does, but I hope she does because
I'd be shocked too.
I think it will be beneficial for her personally. I think, especially because she's.
I think it'd be beneficial for the both of you. I think it'd be a bonding event for the two of you.
I agree. I totally agree with her, with you about that. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's see if she actually comes through and does it. So, real quick, I do have a superfan donation. Excuse me, not a superfan donation. I'm an idiot. I hit the wrong button. Angelina is now an official Super League of Dummies member, so thank you to her. That is one of the best ways to help support the show, so thank you to Angelina. I really appreciate it. If you're not already a member, if you'd like to help support Another Dumb Show, you can do that by going to the Another Dumb Show homepage, clicking the join button, and help support the show there's 3 different tier levels. So help us out because there ain't no damn corporations paying for this shit. It's all you guys. So help a brother out. Mikey, last night,
yes, sir.
I watched the Kill Tony live from the
Kia
LA
Forum show, I believe it was.
Yeah, the Kia Forum show. That's what I watched last night. That was the one that was the streaming event, the pay-per-view event that you paid for.
Yeah, and it's weird that they did it that way because that was the Saturday show, not the Friday show. Wait, did Ari come out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was the Friday show. Next week they'll do the Saturday show because they did the Kia Forum and then they did another arena the next night.
Well, after watching that, I'm so disappointed that we're not going to see Adam Ray because his
until October.
Yeah. Oh, did they get pushed back to October?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
he's
just
got
got
new dates and everything for October. No, our tickets still stand up for October. We're still going to go in October on a Thursday night.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, cool. I didn't realize that. All right, great. Well, I can't wait to go see him because
you should come out here June 23rd on a Sunday to come to Birdie Boys Fully Loaded tour to see Adam Ray, Tony Hinchcliffe, Dan Soder, Big J Okerson.
They have one of those here
Whitney
in Canton.
Cummings.
That was in. Are you going to that?
I
Was that
haven't
in
bought tickets yet.
Rochester?
It's at Darien Lake. It's about 45 minutes from here. I was just talking to Scrooge about it.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. What day is that?
It's a Sunday night at 7.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I could make that drive.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be
absolutely you
fun.
can.
What'd you say it was? June what? Or July what?
June 23rd.
June 23rd.
Right after the longest day of summer. It's going to be fucking epic.
Oh, actually, that wedding that I have that weekend is not a really horribly huge hard wedding. So I might be able to pull that off. Interesting. How much are tickets for that?
We'll talk on Friday. For 2 lawn tickets with chairs is $100. So I'm guessing with 3 it'd be about 150.
Okay.
It's like $55.
Oh, in person. Okay, gotcha. I thought you were saying it was like $100
Yeah.
a person. I was like, oof, that's a big swing.
If you wanted to sit underneath the canopy in an actual chair, they're like $77 each, which I don't mind.
I might want to pay a little bit more to be under a chair, to be under canopy, to tell you the truth. Knowing my bougie
I agree.
ass.
I'm not a lawn guy anymore.
Yeah, B1 and I and Brady are going to see Luke Bryan in July, and it's at this place called Blossom here, and we're gonna be on a lawn, like this big lawn thing. So I'm conflicted about it because I told myself I'd never ever go to this venue again because it's just the worst. The parking, the traffic, the long walk from the parking lot. It's just the worst. But I said, fuck it. I want to go see him again because Brady wants to see him really bad. He's never seen him. He's turned into a Luke Bryan fan. So I was like, fuck it.
Oh, nice.
Go.
It'll be an awesome. Will that be like his first concert, or is that the son that you took to the TikTok Stars concert?
No, that was Shay. So I think he might have been to one concert before. I think he went to. Maybe they didn't. They were supposed to go to Elton John and then didn't, and then ended up just like sitting outside of the stadium and listening or something. I can't remember. So yeah, this might actually be his first concert. So, shitty venue for your first concert, but we'll have a lot of fun. Get to watch Dad get drunk.
Darien Lake isn't the best venue either. Parking isn't the best. There's one way in, one way out. So if we ended up going to that, I'd have you drive to my house, and I'll pay for VIP parking so we can get out first.
Okay, that's good because I hate lines, so that's a good thing. So we mentioned Ari Shaffir was at the Kill Tony thing that I watched last night. He came out in a Kobe Bryant jersey and had a hole cut out in the shorts, so he's walking around with his dick hanging out. Very funny. Even funnier if you know the history of his tweet about Kobe Bryant when Kobe Bryant died in the helicopter crash. I don't remember exactly what the tweet said, but either way, he kind of went viral for that, and he's kind of loved or hate. You either love or hate the guy, basically.
Oh yeah, he got ran over the coals for that tweet.
Yeah.
That was, we're celebrating the life of a rapist. Blah 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 blah.
Yes, he was in. Which I honestly, when Kobe died, I always was like, well, why does everybody love Kobe so much? Wasn't he a rapist or just a legend? I guess. So either way. Timothy is telling me that Darien Lake and Blossom are almost identical. So great. That sounds awesome. Sounds like a great time. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, oh, that's the canopy you're talking about, like the pavilion. You go under the. Now I'm with you. Okay, I see. What you're saying.
Yeah. There's a
lawn and a pavilion.
Like a bunch of bars the split for the lawn in the back, and then all the canopy up front.
Gotcha. That makes sense to me. Okay, cool. All right. Oh wait. Whoa, big update here. Do you guys, Mikey, were you on the other? I don't think you were on the other night. Well, here, you know what? Remind me I have an update about B1 later on. Don't let me forget to do it before the end of the show. Let's finish what I'm talking about here. So, Ari Shaffir, who we went to go see in Cleveland, very funny. People you either love him or you hate him. I've kind of turned to love him because he's just so fucking brutal and goofy, and any guy that takes his dick out for a joke is a funny guy in my book. But
dude, thank God he didn't take out his hemorrhoid.
Gross. There is a guy in China who went to a Comic-Con who decided he was going to one-up Ari Shaffir. And he decided to show up at Comic-Con dressed up as Kobe Bryant in a helicopter crashing.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna mute it because I don't know what that weird song is. But yeah, so it's him. It's Kobe with a well, he's got a Kobe face on. He's got a Kobe jersey on, attached to a helicopter. He had a front end of the helicopter, which he's since thrown on the ground, and now he's laying on the ground with only the tail section and the wings and the I don't
Oh,
know
look,
what
it's
is
the
it.
LA police officers taking pictures of the body the way they did it.
That's exactly what that is. I didn't even think about that. That's a really great point. So this is this guy would be Ari Shaffir's biggest hero, I would say. But
I wonder how many times he's tagged in that video. If you go through the comments, there's got to be a bunch of people that tag him.
I'm sure tons and tons of them. But yeah, I saw that and thank you, TMZ. It made me laugh so fucking hard when I saw that. Because, well, first off, it's just funny. It's just silly and ridiculous. But then it made me think of Ari and the whole Kobe thing and his dick hanging out. So pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that's the only video I sent you from the whole live event was Ari with his dick hanging out.
Yeah, you know I love a good meat gaze. So
absolutely.
Let's see here. I have another story about a comedian. You remember Will Smith?
Ooh.
What happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock? The punch around the world. Now I think
slap hurt around the world, and then he absolutely roasted the shit out of him in his next special.
Now I have admitted in the past that based on my experience on the old show and them just constantly raking my ex-wife, just constantly just giving, calling her fat and yada yada yada. I understood Will Smith's reaction. If you got a guy who continually makes fun of your wife, I could see wanting to punch them in the face. I get it. So at first, for the longest time, I was actually like, good for him. I was probably the only person in the world who was like, hell yeah, you fucking make fun of me. You want to stand there and make fun of somebody's wife right to their face? Expect to get bitch slapped. That was kind of my take on it. But as I've gotten more into comedy, again, because I kind of got away from it from a long time because I didn't like, the reason I like it now is the camaraderie that all the comedians have. I love it. I love they all help each other out.
The scene that's going on, it's like a giant renaissance movement that's going on right now. It's huge.
It's very cool. It's a cool vibe that I like versus the vibe that was like in the 2000s where it was just comics making fun of each other and they were all too cool for the room. And I just fucking hated that whole fucking vibe. So it kind of turned me away. It turned me off from comedy for the longest time.
Podcast changed it all because all these comedians got their own podcast, and now you can actually see the camaraderie, and they have other comedians on, and they promote everybody's special. YouTube changed everything because now people don't have to go through HBO, Netflix, Amazon, or Showtime. Yeah. They have their own medium to drop specials, and there's just so much more content to consume.
For sure. But they even talk about how it used to be shitty, how they used to not get along, how comics used to always try to backstab each other and yada, yada, yada. And now that seems to be a different vibe, which is why I like it. And having said that, like, the more I've gotten back into it again, it's kind of changed my opinion on the Chris Rock, Will Smith thing because I'm like, you got to have thicker skin. You know what I mean? And I had thick skin forever. So why, I dealt with it and put up with it. And I did threaten to beat up my boss one time, but it had nothing to do with that. That was when he was questioning my work ethic, which sent me through the fucking roof. But with the whole situation of them making fun of my ex all the time, my ex-wife or then wife, I had thick skin the whole time. She had thick skin. We both made it through it unscathed. Everybody's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Had I walked up and slapped my boss after he made that joke, I would have lost my job. It would have been the end of the career, all that kind of shit. So, in hindsight, my opinion has changed on that whole thing. Will Smith was stupid. It was a dumb thing to do. It was a joke. Fucking, if you have a problem
especially
with it,
because he's in a loveless marriage where she's cheating on him and she's in situationships and he's a cuck anyways. You know what I'm saying? Why are you defending her anyways?
Well, it seems I'm sure there was some projecting going on there based on his whole shitty relationship, and he just used it as an excuse to look like some sort of big manly man and it.
We'll see how his
backfired.
next movie drops. I think it comes out this weekend.
Can't wait. I love Bad Boys. I'm such a fucking homo for the Bad
too.
Boys. I love them, dude. I love them. Those scenes where where Will Smith pretends to be drunk and he's the bad uncle when his fucking daughter, the dude comes to pick up his daughter. It's one of the funniest fucking scenes of all time. It's so
when
fucking
Marcus
funny.
is on the Molly, he's looking at the fish. Nice fucking fish, big fucking eyes, nice fucking fish.
Oh, I love them. I love all the Bad Boys movies. So this will be 4.
Yeah,
number 4. So I like Will Smith. I've always been a fan of Will Smith. Summertime is actually one of my all-time favorite songs. I fucking love Summertime. As soon as it's nice out, when I can roll my windows down and bump Summertime, I'm happy. That makes me happy.
Oh, we'll throw it in the system when we're on our way to the comedy club.
Hell yeah, that works for me.
All the stereo.
Did you really? You put some bumps in your car?
Yeah, I got 2 10s and an amp
and you thumping and do you turn heads?
Oh, rattling the mirrors. Yeah.
There was a guy behind me today. His bass was so thick, it was making me nauseous. He was the car behind me, and like if I get around too much bass, sometimes it will make me actually feel a little bit nauseous.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I got 10s, not 12s. It's not a rattle. It's more of a nice accent to the.
This
music.
guy's was clean. There was no rattle at all, and it was fucking thumping. I mean, there was not even usually when you get that big thump, there's with it.
Yeah, the trunk rattles and the license plate rattles.
Whatever this guy did, not a fucking rattle at all. It was so
changed
clean.
His weather stripping and everything.
I think that's why it was making me feel so sick, because it was so perfectly clean and such thick, crisp bass. It was, dude, it was awesome.
Dude, I used to love. My dad used to install stereo systems when I was a kid, and the shop that he used to have sound offs, and they used to put me in the cars, dude, and let it rattle my entire body. I love bass, dude.
I do too. I'm a nerd for bass. Like that's one of the things I love about my CRV. It comes with a small subwoofer under the seat.
Oh, nice.
So it's not like a huge thump. It's not gonna like turn
but it's
heads.
Enough to accent, so you can hear the 808s a little bit better.
Just enough when I'm in the car. When the windows are down, it seems to even give a little airflow through it too, and it thumps a little even harder. And I love it, man. I really love that car. Mike, I have a question for you real quick before I go into this other thing. My car battery died the other day. I had to get a new battery.
Yeah.
Is it possible? And I read about it, and tell me if this is true. When you replace a battery, you might get a little more power to your engine because it will help your spark plugs fire better, and it will be less stress on your alternator if you've been working with a bad battery.
Yes, if you've had a weak battery for a while. I mean, how long did you have the battery in that thing?
It's honestly probably been 4 or 5 years. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably been weak for a little while, and the alternator's been carrying the load.
Because when I put that new battery in and I pulled out of that fucking parking lot, I fucking rocketed. I rocketed out of the fucking. I was like, what the fuck? Then
I don't know if it creates that big of a difference, but
well, I figured out what it was. When they took the battery out, it reset my entire everything, like all the clocks and anything electrical.
Yeah.
Well, there's a button in Hondas, at least my Honda, that's like it looks like a little. It's green. It looks like a little leaf to put your car into eco mode. And I always run in eco mode because it's fine. I don't need to. I'm not in any hurry. I'm not racing people, so I keep it in eco mode. Well, I had forgotten about eco mode, and that's when that thing's turned off. That fucking car it's fast. I mean, for a stupid
I wonder
little.
If that like cuts off 2 cylinders or something like that. That's why it was a difference. I wonder if you normally have a 6-cylinder and eco mode cuts it down to 4 or something like that.
It's a 4. No, it's always 4. It's always 4. So it just seems like it just whatever.
It changes like the fuel air mixture or something like that, just so it runs a little bit better, gets cleaner EPA and better gas mileage.
I fucking rocketed out of that fucking parking lot, and I kept driving fast, and like I was driving fast. It changed the way I had to drive too. Like my feet were like the way I was hitting the gas and everything was different, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is this car so much faster than it was? It can't be just because of the battery. And then all of a sudden I realized that fucking little green light wasn't on. And then I hit the button and I was back to normal.
I did go out on Saturday and take my father's Mustang for a ride.
I didn't
he just tuned it. He does. He has a 68 Galaxy.
Okay.
that we just finally got brakes in, so that's good. But he also has a 2021 convertible GT50 Mustang. That's been
2021.
tuned and
Okay.
yeah, brand new 50 tuned chip, air intake system, and I had that thing up to $125.
Nice. How'd it feel?
Dude, that thing, oh,
Smooth?
dude, it's so nice. Yeah, dude, from 60 to like 125 in about 4 seconds.
Wow, that's crazy. Just put you back in the seat and then just roll with it. Nice. Hell yeah.
I like it
That's
when he
fun.
drives it better because, dude, he'll peg that thing up to 140, 150.
Where do you guys do that at? Just like on you find a highway and get a stretch that is
Get
straight
on the
for a minute?
expressway, merge, and whack.
Let it okay. That's where usually I see the motorcycle dudes when they enter the expressway. They just go flying up.
My father used to do that on his custom Harley that he had before the Mustang.
Same idea. Okay, there you go. So, all right. Back to the comedian story. Left off with Will Smith. I changed my opinion on him. I think it's wrong to go up and punch a comic. Just don't go to comedy shows if you don't want to be made fun of, or you don't think you can be made fun of. Or
did you watch the Chris Rock special that he came out with after the slap, where he spent 15 minutes talking about the slap?
Yeah, I did. I'll be honest with you. I think I drank a lot of wine that night, and I don't really remember it that much. To tell, I did.
Did not retain much.
Yeah, I remember it. I don't feel like it was as ruthless as it should have been, if I remember correctly. I remember he got him
Chris
pretty
Rock
good.
could have went a lot harder.
Yeah, but I feel like he kind of didn't. If that's the one.
I think he bitch slapped him instead of punched him.
True story. Yes, he just gave him a little bit of his own taste instead of a full fucking smack in the or right in the nose or whatever.
Quick redirect. Have you watched Tires yet?
No, my Netflix thing expired, and I said fuck it. I don't feel like renewing it, and then I remembered that that's on there, so I do need to renew it so I can watch Tires because I do want to watch that Shane.
I've been through it twice now.
Shane, I always mix up his name. Shane Gillian. Right? Gillis. What? There's some other Shane I knew in my life who had a similar last name. It was like Killian or Jillian or something along those lines, and that's why I keep messing that guy's name up. Okay, so Shane Gillis is he's got a sketch comedy show on Netflix called Tires, who's he do it with?
Jesus. Stavi.
McClusker?
Matt McCusker.
Yeah.
No, Matt McCusker's only in it for a minute as a cop, but Stavi, Andrew Schultz, Tommy Pope, a bunch of his friends, Matt McKeever.
Okay. So a lot of comics that are kind of in that whole kind of group that we were talking about. So all right. So I gotta watch that. I gotta renew it and watch that. So don't tell me any more about it. Thank you for reminding me.
Tom Segura just got greenlit for 8 episodes of his sitcom.
An actual sitcom?
On Netflix, yep.
Like a situation comedy show, though?
It's going to be in Tommy's world, so I'd imagine it's going to be sick, twisted, and dark.
Okay, I hope so, because I fucking hate sitcoms. I don't like them. I've learned, I don't know what
comedy show. Now, I don't mean sitcom. He didn't say sitcom. He said comedy show. He got greenlit for an 8 episode comedy season or whatever that he's just starting writing for.
Tom Segura, another famous comic, very funny dude. So yeah, okay, cool, sounds good. I wonder if his wife will be on it because that's B1's favorite fucking show. So anyway, let me finish this story so I'll get to B1's update.
Will Smith, Chris Rock.
Here is a story I found. There's a Spanish comedian named Jaime Caravaca who's in the middle of performing a monologue during a show in Madrid on Monday night. When a guy who is his name is Alberto Pugliato, stormed the stage in a rebuke to a tweet. The comedian is a hard left comic, so liberal leaning comic, who had made a social media post about this Alberto guy, who apparently is a right wing activist. The tweet that he made about Alberto Pugliato wasn't actually about Alberto. It was about Alberto's baby. the comic, what's his name again? Jaime, posted on social media, said something along, and I don't understand the context of it, but it's about this guy's baby. And he says, no one will be able to avoid the possibility of your son being gay. And that when he is older, he will become sick of sucking black dick. So I don't really understand the context of it other than just basically.
There must have been some back and forth before that or something.
I don't understand their history. It doesn't really explain the history of it. But so this comic, Jaime or whatever, goes up on stage on Monday after posting that tweet over the weekend. And Alberto showed up and this happened.
Estos los comentarios pedófilos que ha hecho de mi hijo, Dime a los comentarios de mi hijo, Basura, ahora, ¿Qué decías que iba a comer un negro? Mi hijo que iba a comer pollas, Con 3 meses, Basura, ¿ahora qué? Dímelo a la cara, aquí ahora, Dímelo ahora. Perdonad, Lo siento, os pido perdón. Os pido perdón. Soy únicamente un padre que defiende a sus hijos. Ha hecho comentarios sexualizantes de mi hijo de 3 meses. Y eso tiene sus consecuencias. No, ahora vas y me denuncias. Ya está. Es que mira, es que te callo.
Oh, he's motherfucking his ass. Oh, one last one. All right, so there you go. This is a little different, though. What do you think about somebody going after your kid in that manner? Especially if you're
3-month-old child, like you can't do that. That's the type of shit that Matt Rife almost got canceled for, going after that person's daughter or whatever.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little it's pushing Matt Rife, I remember he went after some woman's son when the kid was trying to make fun of him, and then it was some online,
and then he doubled down on it. But regardless, I don't know. I don't think anything's off limits when it comes to comedy, but there's still like a line where it becomes comedy or just insulting.
That's the thing too.
A line between the two.
He's not making fun of another comic or not. It's a political activist, 2 political activists fighting basically. So
go after the father for his views. The kid's just innocent bystander in the thing. I mean, not like the kid will ever really know about it or he's affected by it or people are going to bully him about the tweet, but still I think there's stuff that's like off limits. Like I've never heard like Tony Hinchcliffe go after people's kids. And he's the roast master.
Right. Just, sitting there making fun of them and just, that's a no-no. You know what I mean?
You didn't sit there and talk about, Tom Brady's son making out with him on the fucking massage table.
Surprised they didn't. That was a pretty obvious, easy one. I know the kids were
Nikki Glazer talked about that, and all the comics and writers said that they came together beforehand and they were going to leave the kids out of it because everyone had jokes about the kids kissing.
That's good. At least they should have done. Did they do one about him kissing Belichick? I don't think they did that one. They should have definitely done one about that. Anyway, but so I think this guy was. I think honestly, if you fucking start posting a bunch of shit about my kids online and shit like that, I'm probably gonna fucking show up. Where if I know where you're at, if I know where you are, I'm gonna show up and we're gonna have a conversation about it. I think that's.
I'd expect the father to do that. That's an innate thing. That's an animalistic fucking response. That's you're protecting your young.
I would probably act the same way if that people have done that about B1, giving her a hard time or whatever and stuff like that before. And of course, they're always anonymous. You know what I mean? The people, anybody who is not anonymous, I make it very clear to them. I can find you if you want to keep talking this way, and they stop talking that way. But the anonymous ones, they just keep going and going. But that's why I know the internet needs anonymity for the sake of whistleblowers and things like that. But God, I fucking hate fucking anonymous internet people. There's something in my brain that is such bitch made shit that I just fucking can't stand it. It's just like, dude, be you. Say if you have to say something about someone or something, say it yourself. Don't say it in a fucking burner account. stand behind whatever you're saying. But then I watched this documentary about like 4chan and trolls and how that's literally they just say stuff just because they want to piss people off and shit. And it's just like, what kind of psychopathic people are out there just saying stuff that they don't actually mean only to incite anger from another person? That is like
Incels.
it is the strangest behavior in the world to me. So strange.
And that behavior defines them. They take pride in that.
It really, it's so odd to me. I will never ever understand online trolling. It is
Like there's
so
some stuff
weird.
going on Instagram right now on stuff that I follow, and in the comments, it's just absolutely atrocious. These comments.
What's going on?
It just the racism is running rampant, dude.
What
Any
between
post-
and the WNBA
post-
players? You mean?
No, any post with like just like a random like black person or something like that, and it was a podcast that turned me on to it, and now I start reading the comments on all these things
This
and
is
everything like
YMH.
that. Yeah,
I saw this. I saw exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, and now I can't stop reading comments on anything with
Like
African American people in it,
like-
and all it is just
wigs to
reuse of the word.
wigs to dramas and shit
Yeah.
like that. But not with the W, with the different letters starting the word. Yes.
But like just
that
some
whole
of it, like,
segment-
some of it's funny and stuff like that, but like a lot of it is like real hurtful shit.
Yeah, so this is Mikey's talking about a podcast that I watch and B1 also B1 watches it, and when my podcast, she come over, I'll finish my podcast and it just rotates to that one.
Yep.
So I just happened to watch the segment you're talking about. And it was crazy because the kid on there was this little black kid on Instagram who wears like these fancy suits. And people just went ham in all the comments on this kid. And it's white people, black people. There's really racist white people. There's black people saying stuff that is funny if you're a black person. If you're a white person, you probably shouldn't be laughing at it. But it's
And like some of these comments have 10, 15,000 likes.
yeah, that's what's even crazier about it. People like I can probably on one hand count the amount of times I've gone and looked through comments on a post that I've either liked or anything like that.
Now I can't stop doing it.
No, I got to do it. No, it's a great thing. After watching that, that's a really great thing to do because it's really, it also
Like all the comments on like Justin Jefferson's contract and everything like that.
Oh,
have been
congratulations,
absolutely atrocious.
bro.
I know, right?
Congratulations, highest paid player.
What a
in-
relief.
Highest paid player other than a quarterback in NFL history.
For today.
Pretty. Yeah, till CD gets his.
Or Jamar Chase gets his.
Oh yeah, either way. But hey, you know what? All those guys deserve it. They're all ballers and they all fucking make,
Yeah,
make
absolutely.
great plays. So
But
yeah.
like even the comments on that, like I've been appalled at like they don't let you like smoke anything or vape anything on a video on Instagram, but all these comments are just willy-nilly and all allowed and not blocked.
Well, did you see what's up with X right now? Twitter?
What's going on Twitter?
They've had it forever, but now they're officially allowing porn on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I've been watching porn on Twitter for like 3 years.
No, I know, but it's like official now. Like Elon Musk officially said, if you are making consensual adult content, you can post it on X without any kind of, worries of repercussions. So, I mean,
Nice.
it's a catch-all to make sure that nobody's posting any sort of, non-consensual stuff.
Yeah, revenge porn, stuff like that.
Exactly. It covers them, for something they've already been allowing for a while. But it does blow my mind. I'm trying to remember what I searched for the other day. I searched for, and these porn people are really smart, because I searched for something that was in the news on X, like a pretty big story, to try to find a video. And then you could click on media. Once you hit search, you hit media. And it filters all the videos and pictures and whatnot. And it was so funny because it would have a couple of the video I was looking for from different sources. And then just dicks and mouths, dicks and butts, just all these fucking different porn things. And then they'd have the same hashtag of what I was looking for. Like it was so they're just like, they're fucking, and then they put a hashtag Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just whatever's the
Hole
hot
and border
thing.
wall.
Exactly. That might have been what I searched. Was something? There might have been the word hole or something in there. That
Yeah, I
like,
was about to say that. I thought about that as soon as I said it out loud. Oh, well, hole is a good thing to search.
so. All right. So let's see. What else do I have to talk about here?
B1 update.
B1 thing. So last, I did a show last Friday, last Thursday. I did one yesterday, but I didn't talk about this yesterday. So I think it was last Thursday. I told a story about how B1 has this dog who keeps escaping from her neighbor's house and runs right to her house.
Well, now it's
And
her dog.
well, it's happened 3 or 4 times now. The first time the animal control got called, and then because we didn't know who it belonged to, and it was a whole big thing, but we figured out who it was and were able to tell animal control, so it got back to the right owner. So 3 more times, I think after that, this dog showed up at B1's house. And this last time, and I told this story the other day, it was so crazy. The owners of the dog, who are old, they're an older couple, and they told B1, look, we don't think we can handle this dog anymore. Do you want to take this dog? Do you want to take our dog?
What kind of dog?
It's like a some sort of lab mix, black lab mix, older, white, kind of got a white at the end of the snout, so she's a little bit older.
Oh, it's a senior dog.
Real,
Just
yeah,
looking
not
for a place to live and loved.
probably. I would say if I had to guess, like 8, something like that. But the weird thing is, every time it escapes from this house, it always goes to B1's house. And so the people who owned the dog were like, look, we have 8 dogs already.
Oh my God.
We can't handle this dog. She seems to like you. Do you want to keep the dog? And so B1 told that, she thought about it, and where we live, there's not, where she lives, she has a pretty good sized yard. So she could, but we're not allowed to put up fences here. So she'd have to physically take the dog out every time he needs to go to the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. It's not like Darla, who can shit in a corner. I don't even fucking know, because it's a little tiny rabbit turd. This dog's going to be taking fucking dumps if it shits in her house.
I've been looking at puppies.
Oh, dude. Look up Shih Tzu Yorkie mixes. That's what you want to get. Or a chocolate lab.
I want like a Papillon.
No, you don't.
Yeah, my parents have a Papillon. I love it.
Okay, well, the one Papillon I knew in my life, Rover's old dog, was the worst fucking dog in the world.
Well, it's a Papillon. Oh no, a Chian. It's a Chihuahua Papillon.
Bro, hold on.
But then again, like I'm looking for a dog to like fill a void in my life, so I'm not going to do it. I've just been enjoying shopping for it. I actually just sent you a picture of what I'm probably going to end up doing.
Bro, look at this. This is what you need right here. Look at that.
Oh,
look at that. That's a Shorkie. That's a Shih Tzu Yorkie mix with its brindle. That's what Darla is. So that's
a cute
you,
little dog.
Yeah, dude. The Beanarina is the best puppy. She's the best. Beanarina. She just lays around like it's so funny. Like people say, little dogs
But
are so yappy.
My whole place is carpet. I'd be really nervous about the dog using the bathroom in the house.
This is the problem B1 is having. She also, I do not have carpeting here. I have all hardwood floors everywhere, except the boys' room. The boys have carpeting in their room, and if I leave that door open, she will go in there and piss on the carpet immediately. Yep. So I totally understand her apprehension about wanting to take this dog. There's so much responsibility going. She works all day. She's not home. Is going to rip.
Then you have to crate the dog.
Or if you leave it out, you risk that it's going to chew everything up, or it's going to piss or shit everywhere.
Yeah, that's why like I'm entertaining the thought, just because like I'd like the companionship. Like I'm not looking for a relationship or anything like that. But then my dad just sent me pictures during the break of some barn cats that were just found by one of his coworkers.
Oh man, barn cats are the best. That's what my Calberto is. Kal-El was a barn cat. He was going to be eaten by
I asked specifically,
coyotes.
are there any orange ones? And there's no orange ones, but there's a white fucking little snowball that I want.
Ooh, I like little white cats. Those are great.
I send you a picture of it.
I'm getting it right now. I just pulled
Oh,
up my
alright.
thing here that has all the pictures. It's just taking a second. It's not
And it would be long hair too, which is different than what I've had.
I don't know why this is not connecting. There we go. Okay, here's yours. Okay. Ooh, you got to take that
Right.
cat. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. So this cat right here, this is the one Mikey wants. One of these barn cats. My mom had a Siamese cat, and it was the worst fucking cat in the world.
Angry,
Worst,
pissed off cat.
mean, nasty cat. But
Every Siamese I've ever met's like that.
But mine, Clarky Poo, he is buff and Siamese. He's mixed with the two. And he is the sweetest fucking dude in the world. But on the other hand, can be the biggest fucking dickhead in the world. Like most cats, to be quite honest.
And
with you.
I've been blessed with both of my cats. Both of my cats are really personable. They fight with each other for attention, like on the couch in the bed. Like they can't like both like lay next to me for some reason. But other than that, like they get along. They don't tear shit up. So I'd imagine that if I do get a third cat, this one is going to be the devil.
Yeah, that's how it goes. The more you add in, you're going to get a crazy one. I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah.
B1. So actually, here is Lily. This is the dog that keeps showing up. It's a good looking pup, right? I mean,
yeah, really slender. I was thinking it'd be overweight because they got too many other dogs and stuff.
no.
Like, is the dog potty trained?
According to the people, the dog is totally housebroken, doesn't chew on things, and would be a good fit in any home. Now, the more I'm looking at her, from the angle I'm looking at, I think she might be part pit.
I don't. Maybe on the brow line a little bit. I see a little bit of pit. That's about it. It doesn't have the bowed out chest or anything like that.
Well, that's what's weird about her being so, because my Mufasa, my chocolate lab, had a massive, big, huge brow, like that kind of like, but bigger. Like he looked like somebody.
Wide head. Like
yeah. Well,
most
there's
labs, like true labs are like that. Like
there's
lab mixes, you have
American
the smaller brow.
There's I didn't know this. The B1 told me there's American labs and then like European labs. And I think the European labs are the bigger ones, the bigger, broader chests, the big foreheads. And then the American ones are the slimmer labs that you'll see out there. So, but she almost looks like
in my apartment complex that has a Malinois.
Bro, that might have been
what townhouse.
That might have been what I came across yesterday. I thought it was a German Shepherd.
It's either a Malinois or a Dutch Shepherd that you saw, more than likely.
It was what? No, it was. No, I bet you it was a Malinois because it was one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen in my life. It looked like a German Shepherd.
Wouldn't be a Malinois. Short hair, really slender face, slender body is a Malinois.
No. Massive, long snout. Like
Cane Corso.
No, it looked like a German Shepherd. It looked like a German Shepherd on steroids. Like one of the biggest German Shepherds I've ever seen in my entire life. It was fucking huge, Mikey. I'm not exaggerating. I could have fit my whole head in its mouth. It was.
I wonder if it was like a Tibetan mountain dog or something like that. They got shepherd looks sometimes.
It looked straight up like a German Shepherd. It looked straight up like a German Shepherd. I mean, there was no like I didn't see any other type of dog other than Belgian Malinois because they looked just like German Shepherds. So that was the only thing. I thought the dog was going to kill me. Thank God it was in a cage, but if it got out, I was dead. But anyway, so yeah, this dog now, the only reason I bring this back up is because this picture I just showed you is from 5 minutes ago. This dog has shown back up at her house again.
Now these people are just letting the dog out on purpose and saying, go to your real owner's house.
I think that's what's happening. Well, actually, no, I told
to bait her into doing it.
I got to be honest with you. I don't think so. Oh, I was there. I helped her return the dog. I left that part out. The people, when they said, well, while you're going to sleep on it, you can bring the dog back. We're not home. Just open the front door and push the dog in the front door and close it. So we did this. It was a whole debacle because there's 8 dogs in there, all trying to get out at the time that we're trying to push one in. And then the front door doesn't latch shut. So that's how this dog keeps getting out. It will close, but it doesn't go. It just shuts.
Oh, so
So they just, that fucking dog's just sitting there fucking nosing that fucking shit. And then all of a sudden it pops open and it's fucking gone. And it goes to her fucking house. So
who the fuck these days don't lock their house?
Bro, that's a great question. Well, there's 9 dogs in there. I wouldn't walk if I was
gives a shit.
I wouldn't have gone in that house. One of them was fucking going berserk. I was like, well, I don't want to go anywhere near these fucking dogs. So, I don't think I would. If I was a criminal and I walked to a house, even though I knew it was unlocked, if there were 9 dogs in there, I don't think that's.
I guess it is a pretty big deterrent. The dogs that make a bunch of noise with a stranger coming in and whatnot.
Like even little Beanerino, like if she hears a sound, dude, she goes fucking berserk, dude.
Oh
like,
my God, dude, I'm so sick of barking. I got these new neighbors and their dog, and when they're not home, the dog just barks in sequences of 2 every 3 seconds.
Oh God, dude, that's
Roof, roof.
Oh
Roof,
my
roof.
God. That's horrible.
Roof, roof.
If I found out about that, I would probably figure out a way to give her some sort of doggy daycare. Like I would not be able to do that to my neighbors. If my neighbors said to me, "Holy shit, your dog is barking all day long while you're not home," I would feel awful. You got to put a note on there or something.
I'm not home that often, and they're gone at like weird hours and shit. I have no idea what they do. I think they own like a couple pawn shops in different states. I have no idea what they do. Like I said, like the other day.
That's a random thing to pick then if you don't know what they do. What a random ass thing. I don't know what they do. I think they own pawn shops in different
they got a
states.
couple they got a couple vehicles out in the visitor spot with out-of-state plates that say like jewelers and stuff like that.
Oh.
And the other day I'm getting into my work van and the kid next door is a senior in high school and I see him get into a Lexus with this dude and he pulls out a fucking stack, dude.
Oh, really?
Like literally a fucking rolled up stack of bread and just handed it to the driver.
Did the guy give him something back?
No, I was watching the whole time.
So that's weird. I wonder why I would just give
It's
the
more
guy
like,
a bunch of
hold
money.
this. Yeah.
That's weird.
I want to figure out what they're flipping.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I don't. I was
wait a minute. I was going to say, wait a minute.
I don't need to be tempted anymore in the fucking neighborhood.
The other new neighbor you told me about, and then this, you got to stay away from that. Mikey told me the other day is
fucking 4 hours down.
His OnlyFans drug pushing ex is now living 4 doors down from him. Different ex. I don't even call it ex, just fuck buddy.
No, never. Not ex. Yeah, it wasn't even really
party
like
buddy.
That.
Party buddy.
Yeah, party buddy. Dude, this girl just got a fucking loan from some fans of hers for $10,000, just wired to her.
God, that's crazy. I told
They've been fans of her since she's been 14 years old, when she was a singer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was like one of her mom's friends or something. Like
no. These are just some people that like have a trust fund. They've already given her like $3,000, and then they said, "We're going to give you 10, but you have to give us 16 back." And she said, "Fuck off." And they were like, "We're sorry." And they sent her 10, and then they co-signed on another loan for her, so she took out 10.
What? Wow. Is she just sending pictures to these dudes and videos and chatting with them and stuff?
No. The people that she got cash from are literally just like fans of her music from when she was a kid. There's no OnlyFans, there's no nudes, there's no sex stuff, nothing. These are just weird people that sent her money.
Wow, we're living in a weird world. God, we're living in a weird world. Dudes are weird.
Yeah.
Dudes are weird. I swear to God.
It's a couple.
Oh, really?
It's a husband and a wife
who
in their 50s.
Like a girl who was a teen pop star, like the teen pop or whatever, pop or whatever.
A teen Jehovah's Witness spiritual singer.
Okay. So the girl who lives 4 doors down from you now, who is an OnlyFans model and a plug, is used to be a teen Jehovah's Witness singer
Yep.
that like
Couple
got
albums.
I was gonna
Couple
say
albums.
published with albums, and it went big in the Jehovah's Witness community. What is the big
Her
song?
mom had her all dressed up and like John Benet Ramsey and stuff when she was a kid, and completely sexualized her daughter. And
She just
and,
said,
yeah, dude.
No birthdays. We don't do birthdays.
No holidays,
Like,
no nothing, dude. Like, I don't know how I get myself into these situations, but I'm just glad I'm out of it.
Mikey, I've been thinking we need to bring more people on from time to time, and I just haven't had time to like book people and stuff like that. This is somebody we should bring on the show. This is a great
She
story.
asks me all the time she wants to come on.
Oh, we should do this. We should bring her on, learn about this, because I got to learn about this Jehovah's Witness. Well, first off, I've actually never. I think I met one Jehovah's Witness, but I never was able to like talk to that person. I would love to learn more about that religion and how she went from that to what she does now, and tell her, well,
Imagine being like
clean it up.
repressed your entire life, and then you finally get a taste of freedom, and you just run the opposite direction.
I get that. I mean, I was kind of like, I was on there was a very heavy thumb on me most of my life. So, and then the
same thing kind of goes for me. I was kept busy my entire life, put in every sport, social activity, everything like that to stay away from it. And then as soon as I was given a little bit of freedom, I fucking ran to the hills with it. My rum spring is still going on.
Yeah. I love that you and I have the same story, that one of our mentors in high school who we looked up to were the first person, as soon as they got high, we were like, oh, cool, I'll get high with them too, and we'll be fine. It's just so funny. I love that we have that in common. It's such a weird thing. All right, let's see what time we got here. We're at 9. Oh shit, we're after 9 already. So, all right. Well, I think everything else I have we could probably hang on to.
You got Pat McAfee to talk about?
I talked about him yesterday, that white bitch.
I loved it.
We talked a lot about that yesterday, actually, the whole WNBA thing and the just blatant racism that is happening right now towards Caitlin Clark.
No, it's not. It can't be. It can't be racism if it's black on white. It's not.
Well,
the way
that's
it works
what
in America.
I described it last night as reverse racism, and then I said, well, no, fuck that. It's just straight up racism. It doesn't matter that it's a black against white.
No, it doesn't work that way. They're allowed to hate us because we owe them reparations.
No, I honestly was so I imagine there were probably people who watched that last night who probably may have taken away that I don't like black people, but that's not the case. I don't like those black people in the way they were acting.
I don't like racists in general, whether they're white, black, whatever.
Yeah, and it to me was especially because it's so blatantly transparent and obvious what's going on. The jealousy over the fact that we are black women and a lot of us are not straight, and we've laid the groundwork for the WNBA, and then this straight white girl comes along and gets the biggest contract, gets all the attention, gets the biggest endorsements, and they can't fucking handle it. I mean,
because she's skilled at this sport. She's number 2 all time in the WNBA for her first 10 games for points, assists, and rebounds. Like, she's
already
number 2 all time in the WNBA. Yeah, first 10 games had 150 points, 50 rebounds, and 50 assists. She's only the second WNBA player to ever do it, and she's getting hard fouled every game.
That's the thing. Like, unless one of her teammates lays out one of these other players, I will believe that there is straight up racism in effect. If one of her black teammates doesn't, if she gets hard fouled again by a black chick, and a non-basketball foul like the last 2 have been, the big 2, the Angel Reese one and the Kennedy Carter one. If that happens again, and one of her black teammates doesn't walk over and just fucking shove the other person or get in their face at least and
The
cause
whole
a fucking
bench should
ruckus.
clear if something like that happens. Because if something like that happened in the NBA, a non-basketball foul, it would be benches clearing and malice in the palace again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would just, well, at least there would be somebody getting in someone's face about it. You know what I mean? Like somebody would run over, one person be picking her up, another person be running over, getting that other person's face. And that's it. Like that's how it would go. And then it might escalate to benches clearing and things like that. But somebody's definitely going to run and have the back of the other person. It's some fucking bullshit that will really make it to, then if that's the case where one of her black teammates comes over and fucking pushes a fucking a
Changes
black
the
opponent,
narrative.
then I'll eat my fucking words and say, okay, you know what? It's not the case in the WNBA, but as of right now, it certainly seems like that is the case right now in the NBA or WNBA. So,
Oh, one more thing. You got to watch the Chris Cuomo Dave Smith debate
Chris Cuomo Dave Smith debate. Where is that at?
on YouTube. It's a 3.5-hour debate where Dave Smith wipes the floor with Chris Cuomo.
Yeah, Cuomo. I like Cuomo because Cuomo gets after it. Cuomo cracks me up because he is a CNN reject, and now he's on News Nation. So I like News Nation. So I see him on, which by the way, they just went 24/7, which is pretty fucking cool.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, like on Saturdays they used to play Blue Bloods and shit. So I would be like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. Tom Selleck's great mustache. But I wanted news, you know what I mean? But now they went 24/7 over this past weekend. And Cuomo has a show on there every night, I think at like 8 or 9. And I'll catch the back end of it sometimes or like a replay of it because I think later on at night they replay it. And it always cracks me up because like if you want to make me happy and you listen to this show, watch Chris Cuomo's show on News Nation, and when they call in, when they give you the opportunity to call into to Chris Cuomo's show, please do, and just let Chris know how much you love the show and how it's just not another dumb show on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would be great for you guys if you will let Chris Cuomo know that he doesn't have just another dumb show. On
I'll
YouTube.
call.
Yeah, I mean, I would love that. I would love that so much. Yeah.
I'll watch it tomorrow night and start calling every night.
Dude, that would be so funny. There's a producer.
Oh no, we'll be doing the show, but I'll do it Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, we should. That would be really fun to do that one of these days. If you guys ever want to call Chris Cuomo and tell him that you love him because he's not just another dumb show on YouTube. So, even if that happened one time, it gave me no promotion whatsoever. It would just make me smile because of Cuomo. And because Cuomo, while I like him, he's such a douche that he's hard to be likable sometimes too. And he, like I said, he's a CNN reject, but his show on News Nation, he does actually sometimes, he'll challenge some shit sometimes. I do love the fact that he admitted he's on ivermectin now because he has long COVID. So that was pretty funny.
Oh, that they talk about that.
I'm sure they talk about that.
I've seen some highlight clips and stuff, but Dave Smith was recently on Tucker and debated Tucker. Chris Cuomo, he debated him, and I would not be surprised if in 2028 that Dave Smith would be the Libertarian nominee because he was already approached a couple times. Yeah,
really,
dude, he's one of the most knowledgeable, and he's going hard into the politics now.
I've seen him on Rogan's show. I've never watched him outside of that. I don't believe. Yeah, I see that. I mean, he's, okay, good for him. Hey, good for him. There's no reason. I mean, fuck, the president of Ukraine used to be a comic, so why not? Our president.
He actually changed me. He actually changed me from more conservative to libertarian. Listening to him talk.
I don't think I even know the difference anymore, to tell you the truth. So,
libertarian is just less government.
Yeah, good luck with that. So,
yep.
All right, I think that's going to wrap things up for us tonight, Mikey. Tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of Another Dumb Show.
We've been back for a year.
Part 2. I guess so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2.0. Yep. Yeah, we will have been back for a
We
year.
really started a
officially
year
tomorrow.
ago.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean,
Wow.
this is issue 214. So I mean, yeah, I mean we've done...
that's depressing. I really did miss out on like 6 months of the last year. Fuck my life.
It's okay though, dude. It's nothing that you can't get back with.
I know. I got to stop sitting in the negative shit.
Yeah, you got to get out of that mindset that you've got to let your mistakes go, and not let them define you. Just let them go. Just let them go. You fucked up. Move on. Just try not to repeat them. That's the thing I always tell my kids, dude. That's like, if you ask my kids what's the key to life, they will tell you, do not repeat the same mistakes, and do not repeat the mistakes that others make.
The same mistake I've been repeating for 20 years.
That's the key to life, bro. Stop making the same mistakes. Now, I don't live by that necessarily. I'm fucking terrible with money. I spend money like an idiot. I make bad decisions all the time. So the good news is my kids understand it, and they seem to have adopted it. So that's the good news there. So
that's the good thing, that you're passing on good habits.
Yep, and then you can do the same thing, though, Mikey. Just remember,
I'm going to. I am doing it. Like I said, I unearthed a bunch of stuff in the past week or so that I've really been stuffing down that I need to get to the bottom of and unpack and process.
Well, yeah, we talked about that on the phone, and I think that's pretty. What we talked about is pretty obvious. I mean, I think that's.
Dude, I thought it was wild. I talked to you on the phone that night for a half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
My good friend that lives in Kentucky, she FaceTimed me out of the blue just to be like, how are you? I got a feeling that something's going on with you. I talked to her. Yeah. And then my pretty much brother of 20 years called me at like 11 o'clock at night when he was completely loaded. And we talked for an hour and 45 minutes about life and spirituality and all kinds of shit. So the universe really talked to me on Saturday and gave me a lot more hope than what I've previously had.
Good, because I was talking to B1 about you. I was concerned about you. I wasn't worried. I was just concerned. You know what I mean? I was just like, my dude's going through something, and I feel like I need to talk to him and just kind of see what's going on. So.
Hey, dude, it meant the world to me. I appreciate it more than you ever know, dude. I love you, brother. It
I
means
love you
the
too,
fucking
bro.
world to me that you reached out like that.
Yeah, it was because I could just tell. I could just tell something was off. So I'm glad that we were able to.
You catch that vibe the same way that Beckett did, the same way that Tommy did. Like they all caught that vibe in the universe for some reason on Saturday and felt the need to FaceTime me and call me.
Yeah, like for me to even like talk to B1 about it and be like, I'm concerned about Mikey. And she's like, what do you mean? You think he's using it? I'm like, no, not at all. I think it's there's something else going on with him that I don't know necessarily what it is, but I think I need to talk to him and figure out, like, just let him know that he's got people who care about him. You know what I mean? Like, that was just kind of how I was feeling.
It's the biggest thing I took from it, because I really was like feeling alone and pity party. Just, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, the universe talked to me and let me know the shit's gonna be all right.
Good. Yeah, it really is, dude. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You just gotta keep plugging along, like we talked about. Keep your eye on that fucking star, man. Don't keep.
That's right. That North Star.
Keep navigating along. And then when you get mad in the car, pretend you're a little Indian man.
You mother bitch.
You mother bitches. You mother bitch. You ain't cut me off, you son of bitch. You son of fucker, mother bitch. Oh, I love it. Makes me laugh so hard. All right, bro. I love you. I'm glad you're doing better.
Love you too, buddy.
Anytime you need me, we're around, dude. All right?
Absolutely, dude. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Love you, bro. See you tomorrow night. All right. So tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of Another Dumb Shows, point 2.0 or whatever the fuck we're calling it. I've been working my ass off, so I haven't really honestly put a ton of thought into what we could do for something fun for Another Dumb Show's 1 year anniversary. So if you're creative and you have some great ideas, I will take them. Send me anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Put a comment on tonight's video. If you got an idea for something you'd like to see for tomorrow, let me know, and maybe we'll put something together. So I'm probably going to work a short day dashing tomorrow. That way I have some time to try to put together something fun for us tomorrow night. So if you got any ideas, something you want to see, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. So that is officially going to wrap things up for us tonight. Thank you to everybody who came and hung out. God, I'm getting a little drunk. This beer just kicked in. Ooh, a little tipsy. not going to be able to help B1 with that dog tonight for sure. Looking a little tipsy all of a sudden. Anyway, thank you to everybody. You know, you guys, I don't think you guys realize how much I appreciate everybody coming and watching every night. I really, really do. It means a lot to me. So all the loyal fans, whether you're watching live, if you're watching the next day, I really appreciate it. Oh, real quick, shout out to Heidi. She was, I made a DoorDash today and I gave the delivery and she goes, I know who you are. And I said, okay. And she goes, I really miss you. And I was like, oh, thank you. It made me feel good. I actually said, well, I'm sorry that I'm missed. It wasn't my decision. So, but she said she watches Another Dumb Show every once in a while. So Heidi, if you're watching, thanks for taking the order and giving it to one of your coworkers for me. I really appreciate it. You made my delivery very pleasant. I appreciate it. Alrighty, guys, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. Hit that thumbs up if you've not already done that. And we'll be back live tomorrow with the 1-year anniversary of ADS 2.0. See ya. I'm out of here.